Ma'am, we are live now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the online BSc degree in Programming and Data Science by IIT Madras. I'm Dr. Vignesh. I'm one of the faculty coordinators for the program here at IIT. So today we'll be having an orientation session where we will be describing what this program is all about and what you will be doing during the early stages where you're going through the uh, foundation qualifier process. So briefly, this is the program outline. Most of you might have seen this. So there are actually two different entry points. So we'll be talking today about the regular entry, where students enter through the regular entry to the foundation level. So at this level, there is a qualifier process where there is a 4 weeks of content which is given to the students to learn, and assignments need to be submitted for this. And at the end of these 4 weeks, there is a qualifier exam. Uh, Upon clearing the qualifier, the students can enroll for the foundation level courses. And this can happen in this term or in the subsequent terms. We will look at the different options that are possible. And upon completion of the foundation level, students can progress to the diploma level or choose to exit with the certificate from IIT Madras. And at the diploma level, there are two diplomas which a student can earn, one in diploma programming and another in data science. And students who enter into diploma level and complete the required courses can then become eligible to go for degree level courses. And upon completion of degree level courses, the students will be able to earn the BSc degree from IIT Madras. So this is the regular entry mode. There is also an alternate entry, which is the direct admission to diploma. But students who are enrolled here today are all joining the regular entry into the foundation level courses. So, so currently there are 8,800 students in the foundation level, and there are 1,100 students, a little more than 1,100 students in the diploma level. So there are students who are in 6,300 plus students who have registered for the current qualifiers, and the deadline for the exam is tomorrow. So this number might go slightly up. And yeah, different terms have happened. Like till now, three terms have been completed. So different students have completed four, three, two, or one courses, and the details are given here for your information. So almost 10,750 students have done different number of courses and gone through the program. So these are the courses which are going to be part of your foundation level qualifier process. The qualifier process itself starts on December 27th, and there will be 4 weeks of content. There are four courses in this qualifier process: English one, mathematics for data science one, statistics for data science one, and computational thinking. So we will describe what the qualifier process is so that you have clarity on what needs to be done. So there will be 4 weeks of content. So each week there will be videos released. So these lecture videos need to be watched, and there are graded assignments which need to be submitted every week. So this submitting these assignments is critical because that defines the eligibility for appearing for the qualifier exam, which will be held on the 30th of January 2022. So there will also be live sessions with instructors. So where you can have doubt clearing, and there will be problem solving, and various kinds of instructions will be there. We will talk about what these sessions are and what type of live sessions will be conducted. In addition to this, there will be discussion fora where you can ask your questions, where you can discuss the subject content or courses or assignments and so on. So this is the snapshot of the portal. This is how a portal would look when you log in. So you would have the course introduction, the week's lectures associated, and there will also be something called activity questions. These are practice assignments. These are not graded. So these help you test your own understanding of the content which is delivered in the lectures and so on. So the videos can be watched here. So another important thing which you should note is there is a tab called announcements. So any announcement related to the course or to the qualifier process will be posted here. So you'll be getting emails as well. Sometimes we tend to miss emails. So it is important to keep note of what announcements have been made. You can come here and ask the specific announcements. And upon you will be able to get all the announcements that have been communicated to you from this one tab. So, as I mentioned, there is a discussion forum. There are different subscription settings where for the discussion forum. So, if you actually sign up for this, if you get emails from this discussion forum, there are different ways in which you can get. Like if you are going to get an email for each post which is there, then your email box might get flooded. So it is important to update this, and you can have it as in the digest mode or the abridged mode. So that way you will avoid the email clutter, but still be up to date on the content which is being discussed, and you can keep tabs on what the course discussions are, and even if you are posting, you will know what responses have come and so on. So there is a scores tab. So here you will be able to get the scores for the graded assignments. So you can click on this and you will be able to see the graded assignment and the score points you have scored on this and so on. So the list of assignments which have not been submitted will also be highlighted and they will be given in red. And so when it is in red, it means the deadline has passed and you have not, the student has not submitted the assignment. If the due date has not passed and there is still time to submit, it will be in orange and you will have time to submit the assignment. So you will be able to see this, and you can also have there might be mock tests for the qualifiers, which will also be posted here, which you can get an understanding of what the exam will be and how you will be able to prepare and so on. So please do check the mock tests whenever they are posted. They will help you prepare very well for the qualifier exam. So here is the calendar for the student with the weekly content release and the assignment due dates. So this will be populated to your online degree ID. You will be able to get the details from here. So you will know when the assignments are going to be given, what the live sessions are going to be, when the weekly content is going to get released, when the assignments are due. All that reminders will be populated. So you can sync your own calendars with this so that you will get reminders and you will be able to keep track of what is happening in the course. So this is an important slide. This gives you the details of all the content which you will receive for every course. So you will have to keep tabs of all this information and try to consume the content and make the most out of the information which is provided to you. The first and the foremost is the videos by faculty. This will give all the details about the all the lecture content. So you watch these lecture videos every week, and this will help you prepare for the rest of it. The activity questions, as I mentioned earlier, is based on every video, and this activity question will help you understand get a feel for your understanding of the content. And so these are not graded and you can try them and you can test yourself and so on. There will also be practice assignments which will give you questions, PDF solutions, and sometimes video solutions as well. And practice assignment 2 might also be there in some weeks. So this will help you get a feel for how the assignments are designed, and watching these videos will give you step-by-step instructions of how the problem is solved. The PDF will also give you those stepwise solutions so that you can actually use that to approach your graded assignment and even the qualifier exam towards the end. So the graded assignment, only the questions will be posted initially. The solution will be shared after the due date. So these graded assignments have to be submitted before a deadline. The due date will be given to you and it is also listed in the calendar. So please make sure that you submit the graded assignment on time. And your scores in the graded assignment is what will determine your eligibility for appearing in the qualifier exam. You also have tutorial videos which you can watch, which will help in problem solving. And there will be text transcripts and notes for you to refer. You will also share details of reference books. And finally, there will be a mock test which will be shared before the qualifier exam. So please make sure that you attempt the mock test so that you get a clear idea as to how the qualifier exam will be. So in addition to these, there will also be live sessions and discussion fora, which will help in the learning process. So as I said, there will be different types of live sessions for each course. And there will actually be 4 types of live sessions conducted for every week for every course. So the first type of live session is the activity questions live session. So as I said, the activity questions for each lesson, each lecture is given to you, and you can test yourself using these activity questions. So during this live session, the instructors will solve the activity questions, and you will be given details on how to solve it, like, and you can ask any doubts you might have, and there may be tips which will be given for solving these questions and so on. Then there is a solve with the instructor session where the practice assignment will be solved. So this is actually a structured session in which the instructors will solve some of the questions from the practice assignments to give the learners idea about the concepts and the thought process so that they know how to approach these problems. So the concepts will be covered, and this helps you gain a knowledge about how to solve these problems. Instead of just looking at lecture videos, attending these sessions will help in solving the assignments as well. So then you have the solve with the instructor for the graded assignments. So this will be similar to the solve with the instructor for the practice assignment, except the questions will be questions used will be from the graded assignments, and they will discuss the solutions to representative questions, which are similar to the graded assignment, so that you will be able to get a feel for how to solve these problems and so on. So the last session would be the open session or a summary session. So this session is basically like a doubt clearing session where it is open for learners to ask questions based on the respective week's lectures or activity questions or practice assignments. So it would be good if you come to these open sessions after watching the videos and practicing the activity questions or practice assignments, so that you know where all you would get stuck and what kind of guidance would be required. So these kinds of doubt clearing sessions will help you in clearing any of the hitches you might have. Okay, here are some tips to prepare well. So these are based on the last 1 year of experience from some of the students who have been successful in entering into our program by cracking the qualifier process. So please do follow this. These are some very good practices to keep in mind. So when you watch the video, make your own notes. Make sure that you watch every video carefully, patiently, and take notes of the videos. So just like how you would attend a class in a lecture hall, you are now you would have to assume that that is the mode in which you operate, and you listen to the lecture, take notes, and so on, and attempt every assignment on your own. You can take help from peers and instructors if some concepts are difficult to understand, but make sure you attempt everything on your own and know where you get stuck so that you can work on that and improve yourself. So there are websites which will sell solutions or answers can be shared in private groups, but these would not really help you when you finally come appear for the qualifier exam. So avoid resorting to this and make sure that you work on the assignments yourselves, because it's not just about submitting the assignments. The idea is for you to learn the content through these assignments. So please make sure that you work on the assignment yourself so that you can learn the content and be successful at the qualifier exam. So finally, make use of the discussion forum and the live sessions. You follow the doubts which are asked in the discussion forum. Even if you are not posting doubts, try to see what other people's doubts are. And in case you know the answers, reply to the answers and reply to the questions. And that way you can kind of share information and help each other out. And in case you have doubts, please make sure you post them on the discussion forum in addition to attending the live sessions for the doubt clearing and so on. Okay, now going to the operational part of the qualifier process. The first thing is the eligibility. So now that you're all enrolled for the qualifier exam, you need to become eligible to appear for the qualifier, and this happens through the assignments which you do. The graded assignments have to be submitted every week, and you have to score some basic percentage to actually be qualified for the qualifier exam. So that is how you become eligible to write the qualifier exam. So the average assignment score should be as given here, 40% or 30% or 35%, depending on the category you belong to. So the average of the best 3 out of the first 4 weekly graded assignment scores are taken for as the average assignment score. So we recommend that you submit all the 4 assignments, but we will be taking the best 3 out of the 4. These 4 assignments will help you prepare for the exam as well. So please submit all 4 and make sure you become eligible for the qualifier by scoring these average assignment scores. And upon qualifying, you will be appearing for the qualifier exam on the 30th of January. And in the qualifier exam, there is a minimum score that is required before you can enroll for the courses in the foundation level. So as you all know, there is no limitation on the number of students who are admitted as long as you qualify with the minimum required scores. So here is the breakup. So you have in individual course, in each course, there are 4 courses as we mentioned earlier. In each of these courses, you have to score at least 30, 35 or 40% depending on the category you belong to. And in addition to this qualifying for individual courses, there is also a minimum required score which you have to score based on the total qualifier exam score. So this is this is based on the total of all the 4 exam scores. You should have at least 50, 40 or 45% depending on the category you belong to. So this information is also available on our website, and I'm sure this presentation will also be shared with you for your reference. So please make sure that you prepare well so that you'll be able to qualify to enroll into the foundation level courses. So now after qualification, what do you do? So the results for the qualifier itself will be declared on the 9th of February. So as I said, the exam happens on the 30th of January, and within about 10 days, the results will be declared. So the qualified learners can actually enroll for courses in the foundation level. And the number of courses you will be permitted to register in January 2022 is 4, but this you would be it would be suggestion to register for the number of courses as recommended below. Based on the qualifier exam score, you can try to optimize the number of courses you take so that it is manageable workload. So instead of taking 4 courses, there is no mandate that you have to do 4 courses in every term. So you should actually pace yourself in this program. The program offers you flexibility to choose fewer courses and take a slower path. That way you will actually learn the concepts better and you will have a stronger foundation to be more successful in the subsequent terms. So here is a recommendation. So if the total qualifier exam score is somewhere between the minimum required and 50%, then it is recommended that you do a maximum of 2 courses. And if the total qualifier exam score is between 50 and 70%, you can do up to 3 courses. And if the total exam score is above 70%, you can do up to 4 courses. And again, these are just the maximum number of courses that you can do. You can still do fewer courses even if you have scored higher marks than what is given here. Even a person who has scored 90% can choose to do only 2 courses if they believe that's the kind of time they are able to put in the January term. So, as I said, you can, once you qualify, you can continue in this January term itself. So that is your option, first option. So where you can actually register for courses to continue with the January 2022 term. So you will be able to continue to study in the study this semester with 1, 2, 3, or 4 courses from the week 5 onwards while you wait for results. So this is important because there is a 10-day gap between your qualifier exam and the results being announced and your registration starting. Right. So during that time, you can continue doing your courses. You can keep submitting your assignments. You should actually keep submitting your assignments if you plan to register for courses in the January term itself. Right. So you should, because these assignments will have their weightage, and they will also account for the eligibility to appear in the end term exam, which will come in April of this semester, which is the April 3rd of this term. Right. So please make sure that you continue with the program and you keep submitting the assignments while you wait for the results to be declared. So once the qualifier result is declared, you can register for the foundational courses and continue with the program in the January term. So again, while you're registering, you can register for anywhere between 1 to 4 courses, depending on your interest and the workload you will be able to manage. So the registration, as I said, registration start will happen during the right after the result declaration, which is 9th of February, and the registration will end on the 15th February. So the qualifier exam which you appear for will count as the quiz 1 score, and there will be another quiz which will happen in March. So on March 13th, there is another quiz which will be your quiz 2. And the final exam for this term will happen on the 3rd of April. So you have 3 exams, one quiz 1, which is your qualifier, then a quiz 2 in March, and a final end term in April. So if you are continuing with this January term, you also have to earn your eligibility to appear for the final exam. So what happens for this is just like how we looked at the best 3 out of 4 assignments for eligibility to the qualifier. So here we have the average of the best 5 out of the first 9 weeks of weekly graded assignments. And here you should have scored at least 40% so that you will be able to, you will become eligible to appear for the end term exam. Okay, so this eligibility is earned by submitting these graded assignments and scoring at least 40% in these graded assignments. So in case you are found ineligible for appearing for the end term exam, the fee for the course will not be refunded, which means it is important that you submit your assignments on time and do your assignments well so that you can actually become eligible for the end term exam. So this is important. Please make sure that you submit every week's assignments and practice them. So this also helps you in appearing for the end-term exam because the content would be learned, and this gives you enough practice before you come for an exam. So in case you choose not to continue with the courses in the January term and you would rather defer your admission to the May term, which comes in May, which starts sometime in the early May of 2022. So you can do that. The admission can be deferred. So you will be registering for courses in the term that begins in May 2022. The registration for this will open from April 2nd week of 2022. So you will be informed when the form opens for this course registration. So you can choose to do this. The students have to submit assignments from week 1 onwards in the May term. So unlike in the January term where you would have already submitted 4 assignments, here you would again start from week 1 assignments and keep submitting all of them. And the qualifier score will not be considered as your quiz 1 score. You have to reappear for the quiz 1 exam, which will happen during the May term. So that might be sometime in June or so. So the dates will be finalized later. But so there is also a makeup qualifier exam for the students who are absent or did not qualify. So any student who was eligible to appear for the qualifier exam based on their assignment scores And the absent or could not qualify for this can attempt the next qualifier exam as a makeup. So this next qualifier exam will happen at the beginning of the next term. So that will be sometime towards the end of May, right? What is the date? The next qualifier exam will be end of June. So it will be end of May, beginning of June. So that's when the next qualifier exam will happen, and you can appear for this. For there is a fee associated with this makeup qualifier process. 50% of the fee applicable for your category will be the fee for the makeup qualifier exam. So you would have paid some fee for appearing for this qualifier exam. So you pay 50% of that to appear for a makeup qualifier. Please note that this is possible only for students who have become eligible for the qualifier exam by submitting the assignments on time. Right. So if you have not qualified for the qualifier, if you have not become eligible for the qualifier exam because of poor scores in the assignment or not submitting the assignments, then you do not have this option. Those who do not become eligible to write the qualifier exam, you can pay the full fees for the qualifier and apply again for the May 2022 term. So here you would have to go through the 4 weeks of content, submit assignments, and become eligible for the exam in June 2022. So this is the next step. So this would be like whatever you're doing right now, you'd have to do it. Repeat it if you do not become eligible for the qualifier exam itself. Okay, so here is actually a plan which we suggest is a good way to go about pursuing this program. So these are different paths a student can take. So as I mentioned initially, there is no rush in this program. The program has built-in flexibility. A student can actually take a slower path and complete the degree in 4 years or even 5 years. So these are different options a student can choose. So if you want to pace yourself, feel free to do that. You do not have to push yourself to complete everything in the same term. So the maximum number of courses you will be taking in each term is 4. You can also choose to do 1 or 2 courses in a term and go at a slower pace. So you can plan to do one diploma in about 1.5 to 2 years, or 2 diplomas in about 2 to 2.5 years, or the degree in about 4 to 5 years as well. So depending on how you would want to pace yourself. The fastest you will be able to complete one diploma is in 4 terms, and the fastest would for both diplomas would be in 5 terms, and the fastest for a BSc degree will be 3 years. Right? So these are the fastest, but we recommend that you take, you understand what the time commitment you will be able to put in and pace yourself, register for the number of courses where you will be able to manage the workload so that you can learn the content strongly and you actually have a full understanding of the concepts before you go into the next courses, subsequent courses. So this is just an extension of this, how to go through the first year courses. So you can actually do different levels. So the most comfortable pace would be in 4 terms, where you just do 2 courses each term and complete the 8 courses over 4 term period. So this also takes into this part which is shown here also takes into account the prerequisites, and you can kind of complete the courses in this path so that you will be able to meet the required prerequisites, and also you will be able to balance the workload depending on the course content and the difficulty of courses and so on. So in case you want to do at a slightly faster pace, you can complete it in about 1 year. A large number of students have chosen to do this, where they have been able to complete the foundation level courses in 3 terms. So, and the fastest obviously is doing it in 2 terms, where you do 4 courses in each term. So we also give you a rough estimate for the number of hours you would need to put in per week. So a ballpark number which you should look at is roughly 10 hours of work every week is what, for every course is what you would be required to put it. So in the comfortable path, you are doing like 2 hours during the weekdays and 10 hours during the weekend. So 20 hours per week. And it goes all the way up to 40 hours per week if you're doing 4 courses in a term. So please have an understanding of the time you will be able to put in and decide based on that, decide to register for the number of courses based on that. These are the academic aspects. So in addition to this, the program also tries to emulate what an in-college experience, in-campus experience would give you. So with that in mind, the program has designed a student life outside of academics as well. So all the students in the program will be divided into 12 houses. These houses are named after the forests in India. So you can see the names here: Bandipur, Parbat, Gir, and so on. So each group, there are members from the same city or neighboring cities, and house members can be from across the country. So under these 12 houses, there will be groups where you have students or from the same city or neighboring city whom you can have some interaction with to get an idea of who is studying from the same geographical location. So each of these groups will have a group leader, and every house will have a secretary, deputy secretary, and web admin who are also guided by 3 mentors. So there is an organizational structure. So there is also a student legislative body which is elected from the amongst the students. So they are also working on a student constitution and so on. So the idea is to have this structure so that there can be various activities which are initiatives of these houses and groups. So students have conducted inter-house competitions, intra-house competitions, and so on. So many such activities happen, which also provides a very good learning experience for students outside of just academics. So the goal of such a structure is to nurture leadership and organizational skills through various activities. This also enriches your experience because it's not just co-curricular activities which happen in this. There are also other clubs and extracurricular activities which happen. We also would like to promote equity through our inclusive policy and have these experiences provide a building block for the students' careers. We also will redress any of your grievances through a formal complaints procedure. So any learner who might have some complaints can actually reach out to us. There is a grievance committee that is actually emails which you can send, and there is a formal complaints procedure. Please follow that, and in case you have any concerns, you can write to us. We also have other support services for learners. So we have financial support. There is a fee waiver for socially, economically, and physically disadvantaged students. There are various scholarships based on the criteria as well. The fee waiver is announced and it is already there for all students based on their socioeconomic and physical backgrounds. So this is already advertised on the website. In addition to this fee waiver, which is 50% or 75% depending on your background, there is also scholarships based on various criteria. Mostly they are merit cum means kind of scholarships, so which are also available for students of various backgrounds. So our team here will help you with these scholarships, and they will provide the information for which you can apply to, and we will support you on the process of this application as well. So in addition to this financial support, there is also placement and internship support where we would be facilitating placement for graduating learners. So, and we will also be helping them with getting internships once a learner completes both diplomas. So this placement and internship support will be for students who continue with the foundation, complete the foundation, and complete both diplomas. So just like any other degree program, you need to complete your 2 years of the program before you become eligible for the placement and internship support. So there is also going to be an administrative support email. So there is this support at onlinedegree.iitm.ac.in where you can write to us regarding any concerns you might have. This could be about course selection, payments, exam centers, exam dates, questions about portals or assignments, or quizzes or mark sheets, etc. So you can write to the support team. We have an active support team which tries to respond to any email which they receive within 24 hours. In case you are facing any challenges in the during the course, please write to us. Please feel free to express your concerns to the support team, and we will address them as quickly as possible. In addition to this support, there is also a student affairs and wellness support. So we have a separate email ID for that. So student underscore affairs at onlinedegree.iitm.ac.in. So this actually is in case there are some student activities related thing and there are wellness related issues, if there are concerns a student is having, if the student is facing difficulty during the program, please feel free to communicate this with us and write to us at student underscore affairs at onlinedegree.iitm.ac.in. So we will be able to address your concerns the best of our abilities. Okay, now coming to the guidelines and rules regarding academic malpractices. Please understand that IIT Madras online programs takes any kind of academic malpractices very seriously. We will have strict punishments for any kind of malpractice. So there is a graded punishment which has been approved by the Senate of IIT Madras, and it will be imposed on those who indulge in academic malpractices during all examinations or assignments. So some of these are unfair communication, use of material or device that is not allowed, impersonation, plagiarism, forging of documents, etc. So depending on the severity of your malpractice, there will be a much more severe and stringent punishment. So the recommended punishments include U grade for one course, one grade lesser for all courses, or U grade for all courses, or being debarred from registering for the next term, and even expulsion from the program. So depending on the severity of the crime, and whether it is the first offense or repeated offense and so on, the punishments can vary from U grade all the way up to expulsion from a program. In addition to academic malpractices, this IITM online program expects the students to behave with a certain level of decorum. So we also have strict policies against non-academic misconduct. So please understand that non-academic misconduct includes rude behavior. So this could be to a fellow student, to an instructor, to the support staff, or to faculty or anyone involved in the program. So please make sure that you behave courteously and politely with the people. So you can have your concerns, you can voice your concerns, but do so with the certain level of respect for the process. And impersonation on social media is a serious offense. It's actually, it can be prosecuted even. So this is something which we take very seriously. Please make sure that no such activity happens. Slandering or spreading of false information about the program is again a non-academic misconduct. It is a serious problem. In case you have some concerns, there are problems, we have mechanisms to address. As I mentioned, there is a support email, there are student affairs emails, and there are grievances emails. And above all, if you have concerns, you can write to us and we will try. There is a formal process for addressing the concerns, and we do take any of your complaints seriously, and we try to address all your concerns. So please go through the official means in case you have concerns about the program. Instead of spreading false information or misleading information about the program on social media or outside the program. Cyberbullying or intimidation of any kind is a serious crime. So we will discuss what cyberbullying is, but please understand that you should not engage in any activity which can be perceived as cyberbullying or intimidation of another person who is involved in the program. So there is also a lot of communication between the coordinators and the people who conduct the program to the students who are involved in the program. So this is all program specific internal communication. So this should not be made public. This is just for the consumption of the people who are involved in the program and the learners in the program. So please make sure that this information is not disseminated in the public forum. That is not an acceptable behavior, and that would also come under non-academic misconduct. So there are various levels of punishments also where you can have a probation with warning, or there can be CCC being reduced. CCC is credit clearing capacity. So there is going to be a limit on the number of courses that you can do based on your performance, your academic performance. So that can actually be reduced. Instead of being allowed to register for 4 courses, you may be allowed to register only for 2 courses and so on, which will delay your process in progressing through the program. And there is also a possibility of being debarred from participating in the internship or placement process. And you can be rusticated from the program as well for serious non-academic misconduct. So when we talk about this program, everything here is being done online when it comes to learning the content and communicating with people. The assessment is what is happening in person. So all the communications which is happening throughout the term is going to happen electronically. So it is important to understand the web etiquette and follow certain behavior. So in all communications, whether it is in forums or emails or messages you are sending, whatever it might be, please make sure that you treat others with the same respect that you would like to receive. So it is an important aspect. So please make sure that the communications are kept professional and you maintain the decorum while you are communicating. Please be courteous and kind to your fellow students, the support staff, instructors, and faculty. Help and be constructive always. So you can always voice your concerns, raise complaints, that is all fine. But please make sure that you are courteous and you raise that with politeness, right? You don't just start behaving in a way that is offensive to people. Avoid pointing out errors and mistakes made by others in a public forum. If possible, communicate politely in private about it or write to support staff about it, and this issue can be resolved. So there is no point in just pointing fingers at others in a public forum. Understand and respect the diversity and dignity of all. So this is a very unique program in a way that students from various parts of the country will be here, various walks of life will be here, people from various age groups will be here. So everybody has their own perception of what is right and wrong. So please understand that you need to respect this of different people. So make sure that you do not say anything which is offensive or discriminatory. There are actually laws which protect the rights and dignity of people on the web as well. So please make sure that you follow these etiquettes carefully. So we talked about, we slightly talked about cyberbullying, and I mentioned that we will discuss that in greater detail. So here is the policy on cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is actually a very serious offense. Cyberbullying of any form will not be tolerated, and strict disciplinary action will be taken. And we have policies on this which are approved by IIT Madras. So what is cyberbullying? For people who are not familiar with the term, please understand that any kind of aggressive or intentional act or behavior that is carried out by an individual or a group using electronic forms of contact repeatedly and over time against another person or group is classified as cyberbullying. So this is an official definition for cyberbullying. So generally when cyberbullying happens, these bullies tend to resort to repeated aggressive behavior with an intent to humiliate, scare, anger, or shame the targeted group or person. So in case cyberbullying happens, please do contact us. Please do write to us. We will try to address it right away. If you are a victim, please contact us immediately. We will provide you the necessary support and we will take necessary action on the person who is bullying you. So here are some examples of cyberbullying. Obviously, this is not an exhaustive list. This is just some information. So whether it's spreading lies about a person or posting embarrassing photos of someone on social media, trolling or circulating memes that are aimed at another person, impersonating someone and sending mean messages to others on their behalf, hacking of personal accounts, sending abusive, threatening, hurtful or inappropriate messages to harass someone, or sharing someone's private messages or picture or threatening or blackmailing to do so, threatening someone to commit an act of violence or threats of pornography, or stalking someone and sending targeted messages, etc., are all classified as cyberbullying. So this is actually a criminal offense, and there are laws which protect people from cyberbullying. So in case someone is bullying you, please do write to us. So please make sure that none of you are involved in such activities, and let's hope to have a very fruitful academic engagement through this program. And let's make the most out of this opportunity which IIT Madras has opened up for all students. And let's all proceed through this program successfully. Other than cyberbullying, there are also issues related to sexual harassment which need to be taken very seriously. IIT Madras has always taken these complaints very seriously, and it will continue to do so with the online programs as well. So any form of sexual harassment will not be tolerated and strict disciplinary action will be taken. So please understand that any unwelcome behavior can be perceived as sexual harassment, and the person who is at the receiving end of such behavior is the one who decides what is unwelcome. It is not up to the person who is the harasser. And so if you are actually at the receiving end and you feel unwelcome, if this behavior is unwelcome, you can reach out to us. So we have a grievance email ID where you can write to us. So there are various types of harassments which can happen. So sending someone sexual content without them consenting is, or unwelcome sexual advances or requests of sexual favors or sexualized comments during an online conversation. All these are considered to be sexual harassment. Please do not engage in any of these with your fellow students or instructors or support staff or anyone else involved in this program. So in case you are being harassed, so there is a complaint process where we will address your concerns. So you do not feel embarrassed to complain. The freedom from harassment at workplace is a fundamental right. So anyone here has the right to be in a workplace or in an academic environment without having to go through any harassment. So, in case there is some issue like this, please keep a record of all the notes of harassments, whether it is a WhatsApp message or SMS or email or Facebook posts or other social media posts and so on. So please keep screenshots of it, take screenshots of it, and write to us at students-grievance at onlinedegree.iitm.ac.in. So please write to us, and we will try to take this very seriously. We will immediately act on this, and there will be severe consequences for anybody who engages in such behavior. So with that, we will come to the close of this orientation session. I hope we have been able to address most of the concerns, both academic and non-academic, regarding the program. If you have any other questions, you can always visit our website at onlinedegree.iitm.ac.in. You can also write to us on our support email. So we are there to help you. So if there are questions which you would like to be answered, I'll be happy to answer some questions right now. So I'll read out and give an answer. Yeah. Okay. So we'll take a break for 30 minutes and we can start the question session.
Hi, good evening, all. I guess now mics.
Okay.
Good evening, all, and I'm Bharti. I manage the project operations. So I just wanted to reiterate one part of the guidelines which are there, and I'll probably go through that. Uh, so hope you can see this particular table, this Excel that I'm showing. And it has all the important dates. I just want to reiterate it. Professor Vignesh has already spoken about it. So we are closing the form on December 23rd. So any last minute applications you can do until then. By tomorrow we are closing the last chance to cancel. In case you have any doubts, you want to reapply next time or something, your last day to cancel is tomorrow. You'll get a free receipts here. There are many questions on the YouTube I'm seeing saying where is the portal, where is our login, where should I go to see the content, where is the assignments and so on. There is a portal that we will give you access to. Okay, the access will come this Saturday. We will send you out emails on how to log in. The same dashboard that you used to apply on the online degree website, you have to log in. And from there, you will find four boxes with each of the courses. And when you click on those boxes with those course names, you will be able to access the content of your course. And we have already shown you what the portal looks like, right? There'll be videos, there'll be assignments, there'll be tutorials. If people have missed that part of Professor Vignesh's orientation today, kindly just check the YouTube link. It is available maybe about 10 minutes into the presentation. We would have shown you what the portal looks like. So then the content will come out in the portal. The videos will be there, the assignments will be there that you can try. That is what you will have the course on. Some people are getting confused between what we have put up on the website. On the website, we just put out a teaser 1 week of content that we thought you might be interested in going through. If at all you have to decide on whether this program is for me, not for me, is the content okay, and so on. Okay. So the content will not come out on the website like we did. It will come out in the portal that we will log into where you have to submit assignments. Hope this is clear. And then we are planning for an admin support session on Jan 3rd so that the content would have released. It will be 1 week. If you have any queries regarding the administrative part of the program, you can reach out to us that day. We'll send you emails on where to connect for that. Just to reiterate, week 1 content will start on December 27th. We will give you login credentials by December 24th or 25th. It should be coming out as emails to you. And check out this table on the right side that I have. The first week, the assignment due date is 5th January. You get about 10 days by which you watch the content. You do the assignment, submit it. December 31st will release the week 2 content. The due date for the assignments are 12th January. Jan 7th will release week 3 contents. 19th January is the due date for the assignments. And Jan 14th will release week 4 content. 23rd January is the week 4 assignment deadline. Please note that the week 4 we are cutting short by 3 days because we need to calculate eligibility and get you all in for the Jan 30th qualifier exam. So these are the 4 assignment due dates. Please keep this in mind. Please make note of it. Please mark it on your calendar. Do not miss this. If you miss a deadline, we normally keep the time of submission as 23:59, which is 11:59 p.m. on these particular dates. If you miss a deadline and suppose it crosses a time, the assignment will auto close. You cannot submit after that. We will not be able to reopen it for you. We will not be able to take submissions on email or something like that. You have to submit on the portal and you have to do it before the due date. One more question which I've seen on YouTube is somebody is asking, can we submit multiple number of times? Yes, you can submit as many number of times as you want before the due date. The latest submission, the last submission you do before the due date will be considered for grading from our side. So make note that between week 3 and week 4, you just have 4 days of time difference. So ensure that you submit the assignments within this particular time. And there'll be 4 courses, okay? There will be English 1, Maths 1, Statistics 1, and Computational Thinking. There will be 1 assignment for each of these courses. You will have to submit 4 assignments every week, each of the 4 weeks. So total of 16 assignments you have to submit and get more than 40 out of 100 as the average assignment score. You have to qualify in all 4 subjects to write the qualifier exam. It's not like I can submit 4 assignments in Maths 1 and not do any assignment in Stats 1 and will I qualify? You won't qualify, you won't be eligible to write the qualifier exam. So please note 4 courses, 1 assignment per week for 4 weeks. You have to submit 16 assignments as part of this particular qualifier period, right? So hope that is clear. All these instructions will be given to you again. We will send you reminders every time we release content, when we release assignments. Hope you can read all of it, keep track of it, and keep submitting assignments. So the deadline once Jan 23rd, the last assignment is over. Please intimate your eligibility, whether you have crossed the 40-mark threshold on it, whether you are eligible to write the final exam or not by Jan 25th. The center announcement will come out that day, then you're allocated if you're eligible, and your alternate will also be given to you on Jan 28th if you're eligible to write the qualified exam. So assuming that you do the qualified exam on Jan 30, we have put some deadlines here. I know we had said that we will release results on Feb 9th on the PPT. We are trying to do it much ahead. These are more aggressive deadlines, so anywhere between this time, we should be fine. If you're continuing on the program with us, March 13th will be your quiz 2, April 3rd will be your final exam. So these are for people who are continuing. For those who are absent or do not pass, these are your deadlines. We will again publish this inside your dashboard. You will be able to see all these dates, all these tasks that are happening. Just for your reference, we will also give you another time at which we will be integrating all of this data. I'll stop presenting here. Okay, so let us take some questions that came in the Google form that we have circulated. There are a couple of people who have written that they are in Doha in Qatar, they are in London, they are in Canada, they are in Singapore, and they're asking, how do I participate in this program? Can I be a part of this program, or is it only for students in India? And this is my question.
The program is open for students all over the world. So there are in some places we have centers, and in other places we conduct an internet-based exam. So the website also gives this information. There is a small additional fee for this. The students from anywhere from the world will be able to appear for the exam, but the exam will have to be taken at the timings as per the Indian standard times. That's the only constraint. Other than that, you can sit at your home and take an exam. There is a process for it, which can be explained. But there is a mechanism to do this. Please do apply. We will be happy to have you whichever part of the world you're from.
Okay. So the other question that is coming in is, if I'm a dropout after a standard 12 and I'm preparing for IIT JEE taking a drop year, can I enroll for this course?
Okay, so as of now, the program requires students to have completed the 12th standard at least 2 years before, or be enrolled in a non-campus program while they are pursuing this degree. So that is the requirement right now. So students can appear for the qualifier, but to be enrolled in the program, you might have to be enrolled in some on-campus college degree if it has not been 2 years since you completed your 12th standard. So that's the current guidelines.
Okay. So we have a couple of learners who seem to be working professionals, and they've said that I've been in the construction industry for 10 years. I would like to probably learn some data science. Can I do it? There's another person who said I've been here for 3 years. Another person has said I am a chartered accountant and I want to do this program. There's another person who said that I'm not very strong in maths. And how will you train me for doing the math courses? There's another person who said that I don't know anything about programming. There's a degree in programming and data science. Should I know something, or will you teach me from scratch? Can we address their concerns?
Okay, so I think the overall theme is basically, will I be able to do this course, right? So I don't have the background which most people think is required. So what I would like to tell you is this program is designed in a way that we assume only knowledge till 12th standard and mathematics till 10th standard. So it actually starts off from a very fundamental mathematics level. So even if you're not comfortable with mathematics, or you have not studied mathematics in a long time, or you're out of touch with it, that doesn't matter as long as you can watch the content, solve the activity questions, practice assignments, and do the assignments on time. So if you keep practicing this and attend the live sessions wherever you have doubts, you will be able to cope with the courses. The same applies for programming as well. Actually, the degree helps you learn programming. So you do not have to know programming to enter this. So there is an initial course which talks about the basics of programming, and then subsequently you will be taught different aspects of programming and so on. So it starts from very fundamental logical thinking. Right? So you do not have to have any background in programming or mathematics to do this. So if you are a working professional, you are welcome to do this. Almost more than 1/4 of our students who are currently in the program are working professionals from various backgrounds. It's not that everybody is an IT employee. We have people from who are lawyers. We have people who are in commerce industries and so on. Medical doctors, yeah. So all over the place. So every background there are students. As long as you're willing to put in the time and effort required for watching the videos, solving the assignments and practice questions, and attending live sessions wherever necessary, you will be able to successfully complete the courses in this program. So I very confidently say that you do not have to have a specific engineering background or anything like that to do this program. What we need is your willingness to work hard.
So they have been asking about, a couple of them have said that I work late into the night, so I'm worried about missing the live classes. So will it affect my performance in the course? Am I graded in the live classes that I conducted?
So the program offers a lot of flexibility. So the live classes are not used for grading. The live classes are actually used only for doubt clearing and understanding the concepts and so on. But these live sessions are also recorded, and these videos are available for you to watch at a leisurely time. It's not that you have to attend during the live session, and in case you miss them due to other commitments, you will not be able to catch up on it. So in case if there is a week where you think a live class would help, the content, some doubt clearing session would help, you can actually watch the videos in case you miss them. So if you can attend in person, that really helps. But due to some other commitments, there is genuine reason to miss the live class. The video will be available for you to watch at a later time, and there is no marks associated with attending live classes. So as long as you can do your assignments and appear for quizzes and end-term exam, you will be able to pass a course.
Yeah, another thing is you also have a written discussion forum. So whenever you want to have doubts, you can write on that and you can ask questions. The team will also help you on the written discussion forum. So if you're missing a live class and you still have doubts, you can use the written discussion forum for asking of your doubts. Looks like there are a couple of girls who are writing to us, and they say that they saw the banner that says scholarship for female candidates, and they just want to know how they can apply, whether it will be available for them. Any details on it would be appreciated as well.
Okay, so for female students, we have special scholarships. So this is again a merit cum means scholarships. Students who qualify and enter into the program will be eligible for this. Once you qualify, you will be given a form to fill, and you can submit your details, and there will be a team which will help you. So, but I don't know what other specific information you are looking for at this point.
Yes, so now, as of now, I think we're supporting girls with income level of less than 5 lakhs, less than 1 lakh to get a 100% scholarship. We have enough scholarships that we can give girls under this income level a complete 100%. So basically, you apply for the qualifier. If you qualify and you come in and you can show us a proof of this particular income level, then we can extend 100% that you won't have to pay the fee at all. And we're also trying to extend this limit to about maybe less than 8 lakhs, which is the AWS OBC and SAIL kind of financial categorization by the government today. So maybe if we get that also done, then we should be able to support more girls in that category. So this is something that is there. There are a lot of CSR partners who are interested in furthering the education of girls, getting them into the IT sector, and hence they want to support us on this. So we hope that we should be able to support you if you are planning to enroll into this sector. Other questions that are coming here is, maybe a very relevant one in view of the student who came and met us the other day. I did not have 11th and maths at 11th and 12th, and it's been like 5 years since I've actually done maths. Will the course be 1 month training be enough for me to qualify, and can I even do and study from this course?
Okay. So, as I already mentioned, the eligibility for this program is only having maths till 10th standard. So, which means you can actually cope with the program if you have not done maths in your 11th and 12th. Because the content which is taught in the Mathematics 1 course will be based on your 11th and 12th standard courses. So, there is actually going to be enough lecture material which will support students to learn through the course content and actually be successful. So as Bharti was saying, we recently met a student who has not done the math in 11th and 12th and who has been extremely successful throughout the program. And the only thing is she was interested in learning the content. She actually put in the time, and the same applies for everyone. As long as you watch the lecture videos regularly and solve the practice questions and activity questions and the assignments on time, you'll be able to go through the program. So the main thing is dedicating the time required for actually working through the content which is provided to you. So as long as you're willing to put in the time required for this, you will be able to successfully navigate through this program. Please do not worry about what your prior knowledge is. It's only about willingness to put in the time. And anyways, as Bharti already mentioned, the first week's content is also available for you. So you can go and take a look and see what level of content is being delivered to you and how comfortable you will be while you learn this content.
So on the YouTube chat, immediately there's a question: are there any scholarships then for male candidates?
There are scholarships for men as well. So there is so the female scholarship is in addition to whatever scholarships we have. There are waivers for based on the socioeconomic background of students, and there is also scholarships which does not discriminate based on gender. It does not say male or female candidates. So, but in addition to those scholarships, there are special scholarships which are set aside for females. So definitely scholarships are available for both male and female students based on the socioeconomic background. But for female candidates, we have CSR support to provide scholarships for students who have family income less than 5 lakhs. So there are other scholarships from where we will be able to support male candidates as well. This will be merit cum means scholarships.
So there's one question which says, what are the software and hardware requirements for studying this 1 month qualifier course? And what devices they should have. So maybe I'll just take that.
Yeah.
So one of the things for this 4 weeks of qualifier content, it's English, mathematics, statistics, and computational thinking. There's no programming yet in this semester 1 courses or the qualifier content you're going to do. Some students have been able to manage with a mobile phone and good internet connection, watching the videos there. It's quite strenuous to do that, but yes, if you do not have a laptop or a computer at this stage in time, it is fine, you can probably still manage. But when you get into the program and you qualify and you register to the foundation courses, we would definitely 100% recommend that you have a computer or a system to actually put it through it, because we will have a lot of coding and programming going on. There are exams on programming that you will be taking. You will need your own system on which you have to install software. So it is mandatory that you have a system at least after the qualifier. The 4 weeks of qualifier, we would recommend, but yes, you can do without it. But after that, definitely you will need a computer and good internet connection to kind of do this program, because the entire program is online at some level. We are going to give you all the guidance through the internet for this particular program. Also that it is somebody saying about the OS and all. The OS is not, we are not very particular about the OS. So you can have a Linux-based system, a Mac system, or you can have a Windows system. Nothing to do with that. But there are some basic specifications we have put up on the website on the minimum RAM that is required, maybe some minimum disk space that's required. So kindly go through that, and then you can see what suits your. If your system is really, really old, sometimes it's not working for certain students when we ask them to do certain coding or programs and all that. So please go through that, and you can do that, right? Okay. One request to you all, stop spamming the YouTube chat, because if you put it 20 times out here, I cannot read any question here. I cannot help an answer here. If you want, ask once and then we will go through the questions and we will be able to help you here, right? So that's something that we are seeing here. I take questions from the G form now. Okay, there is some confusion still for them about coming to the center and writing. They're still asking what is the modality of the exam. Is it online, offline? I don't know whether they mean by it as a paper and pen or computer based, or do they have to write essay type exams? Is it MCQ, or they want some clarification on this?
Okay, so the exams will be conducted at an exam center with there is an exam partner who conducts the exam. So this will be conducted as a computer-based exam. So let me call it as computer-based exam instead of an online exam. It's an in-person exam where you come and sit in front of a computer and you take the exam. So there will be you'll actually have a mock exam which will help you get a feel for how the exam will be. Right, so you have to come to the center and take this exam. So you choose the exam center where you would like to take the exam, and the city will be chosen, and based on that the exam center will be allocated, and you come there to take the exam. So this is not an paper and pen exam by any means. So at the foundation level, at least in the first term, you would not have any at-home exams because there's no programming component. In the subsequent terms, based on some courses, there will be a programming exam which will be conducted online. So that is when you would need a computer where you would be able to do the programming and so on. So right now, after the qualifier process, you do not need a computer, and you will be able to come to the center to take the only qualifier exam. Okay, so and it will be a computer-based exam, and it will be mostly my MCQs, multiple choice questions, and numerical answer types and so on. So which you can take on a computer.
And yes, I think somebody's gotten confused with how many attempts. Are there only 2 attempts for the qualifier exam? Or are we allowed to do 4 attempts? Because we talked about March 13th and January 30th. I think they're kind of confused about how many times they can do the qualifier exam.
Okay. So the January 30th is your first chance to appear for a qualifier exam based on your eligibility. So you have now registered for the January 30th qualifier exam. So if you qualify for the program through that, you can start registering. In case you fail to qualify, but you have become eligible to appear for the exam, you have another chance to appear on March 13th. So where you can appear, so this is the second attempt you will be given. And there is actually, so your eligibility is carried forward. So your eligibility for appearing for the qualifier is carried forward, and you can actually pay 50% of the registration fee and appear for the second attempt or the makeup qualifier exam. So this is for students who have become eligible to appear for the qualifier, but have failed to qualify either because they were absent or they didn't perform well in the qualifier exam or so. So this is an option for them based on the current registration for the qualifiers. After this, in the subsequent terms, you can, in case you do not qualify, a student does not qualify after these 2 chances, and they want to try again in the May term, there is nothing stopping them. You can actually appear for any number of qualifier exams. You can register for any number of attempts. But for this current registration, there is a first attempt which is available on Jan 30th, and the second attempt or a makeup exam which is available for March 13th. So if you qualify based on the Jan 30th exam, you'll be able to continue in this term. So in case you do not qualify on Jan 30th and you qualify on March 30th, you might have to register in the subsequent terms. That's all.
There is a new question and objection that's there. By joining through regular entry for foundational course after completing the qualifying exams, can the same candidate directly join diploma course? Is this qualifier valid for that too?
Okay. No, this qualifier is not valid for that. Okay, so that let me be very clear on that. This qualifier is for the regular entry into the BSc program. So you enter into the foundation level. So the qualifier exam which we have is based on the 4 weeks content of the first term courses. Right. So this qualifier is only for entry into the foundation level. So qualifying through this exam will not make you eligible to register for diploma courses. So if you are looking for a direct admission to diploma, there is a separate process for that. There's a separate application. The exam itself is very different. You can look at the website. There is a website on diplomas.iitm.ac.in. So you can look at the website and you will be able to get the information for that. But that form recently closed and it will be open. The next qualifier, direct admission to diploma qualifier will be on April 3rd. Right? So it will be along with the end term exams. So it will be on April 3rd. So please be aware that the diploma qualifier will fall at the same time as the end term exam of the foundation courses. So please, if you are registering for both using different email IDs, you may actually have a clash in the exam scheduling. So please be aware of those things before you register for.
Okay. So, did you talk about the format of the qualifier exam, which is 4 hours, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., 1 hour for each and so on?
Probably. There was something
There are some questions they're asking. I don't know if we covered the exact extra.
Yeah, we may not have covered the exact details. I just probably mentioned the date and so on. Let me just check.
So the qualified exam on January 30th is for 4 hours. It will start at 2 p.m. It will end at 6 p.m. And for those who are physically challenged, you will give some extra time as per government norms so that you'll be getting. You will be appearing for the 4 subjects: English 1, Mathematics 1, Statistics 1, and Computational Thinking. Normally, we set the paper for about 45 minutes duration, but we get 1 hour time to solve it. So you'll be doing all 4 subjects that day, 4 hours duration. And I think after that, Professor Vignesh has explained how we do the cutoffs in each subject, how you have to score the minimum marks and the total marks and all that. But basically, mark your calendars. It will be January 30th, Sunday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. You will come to a center that we designate for you. This cannot be taken from home. You will come to the center, bring your hall ticket, bring your ID card, and write the exam in the center there. You don't have to get your calculator with some of your hours. There will be an online calculator on the computer itself. You will be using that and will be going ahead with the exam. Okay, that is one. Then some of you have asked about the verification of documents. Many of you, the documents have been verified. We have the approved status. For some of you, it's still under verification. We have asked you to resubmit some documents because it is blurred or it's not correct or maybe the validity is not there still. And hence, please check out the status and do the needful so that we can do it. We will give you sufficient time to re-upload all the documents. Don't worry about your application going through, not going through or something because of this status. It's just that the documents are still under verification. You can start your term, you can start your content when we give you the email on December 25th about the portal access. Yes, the usual, so many questions on what are my placement opportunities, what are my higher education opportunities, can I pursue an MBA, can I pursue an MSc, can I pursue an MCA, that is the kind of questions that get it. What after this?
So this degree BSc program is actually recognized and approved by the Senate of IIT Madras. So Senate of IIT Madras has the authority to award degrees and diplomas based on the Institutes of Technology Act of the Parliament, which was passed in 1961. Okay, so the degree which will be awarded will be approved by the Senate of IIT Madras. So if you can, the sample diploma certificate and degree certificates are available on the website. You can see that it will be signed by the Chairman Board of Governors and the Director of IIT Madras. So this is just like any other BSc degree, and the other colleges will have to take this up, and you can apply for other programs or placements and so on based on this degree. Okay. So as far as placement opportunities or employability goes, this program actually provides extensive training. So if you go through the course content and see how the level of training which is being provided, there is a high level of rigor and high quality content which is being taught to the students. And there is also emphasis on soft skills. There is training for them on attending vivas and technical training, programming, hands-on coding, projects which are being done and so on. There is like a very extensive training and in-depth training which goes on into this program. So I'm sure that the employability of these students who graduate with a BSc from this program will be off the charts. Even now, when we interact with industries, many industries have shown keen interest in looking for interviewing graduates from this program and diplomas. So we are sure that there will be significant interest in hiring the students who graduate from this program. So we will have some placement support, as I mentioned, for students who complete at least 2 diplomas with us. So this is like any other college, right? So you go to the final year before you get placement support. So that's the kind of thing which applies here as well. So you complete the first 2 years of courses and you go into the quote unquote final year courses, and that's when you will be able to get the placement and internship support. And we have a team which is working on this, and we will also have a student driven placement process which will help in getting placements for the students. But more than that, the kind of training you will be receiving through this program, the employability is going to be off the charts. You will be a highly sought after employee for any organization.
I think we have covered most of the questions here. I don't see anything else that we need to do. Any closing remarks before we close the session?
Okay, so this was great interacting with all of you. I hope in case some of you have still not completed your application, please do complete the application. The deadline is fast approaching. Please submit your applications. So for the students who have already applied to the qualifier process, please prepare yourself well. Make sure you meet the eligibility criteria. Make sure you submit the assignments on time, watch the videos, do the practice questions and the activity questions, attend live sessions as much as possible. We look forward to having 100% success in the qualifier process and having all of you as part of this BSc program and eventually succeeding in earning this BSc degree. All the best, prepare well, and looking forward to interacting with you soon. Thank you.